Hello everyone, welcome to Three Kingdoms Total War. I've gotten permission from CA to show off a faction to you. Today we're going to focus on Gongsun Zan. Gongsun Zan was a real historical character, but we're going to talk about his role in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is a 14th century novel that romanticizes the events before and during the Three Kingdoms era of China. In that story, he leads an elite horseman unit called the White Riders, and served on the northern and eastern frontiers of the Han Dynasty, defending the lands from various non-Han Chinese tribes. He's known as the White Horse General as well, because his elite unit is made up of only white horses. That is because he knew the non-Han tribes considered a white horse to be sacred and would flee instead of fighting his men. In 191, he would join a massive coalition to take on Deng Zhao, who was a warlord that seized power and held the figurehead Emperor Qian hostage. So here we go. Right now we can look over a few things. We can see that we have many other leaders too, but for now we're going to be focused on what we have over here. Gongsun Zan, called the Iron Fist General. Our starting situation is normal. We have a character specialization as well. Excels at breaking through enemy troops, however, weaker against other generals. Best group with retinues of shock cav and pole arm cav as well. His reinforcement range is up by 50%, meaning that we can have allies pop on in. That's fantastic. And over here, his shock cav has an additional 12% armor. Even though you might not know Gongsun Zan, you may know Zhao Yun right over here. He's a fantastic character, a hero, and a major character in a film called Red Cliff Parts 1 and 2. If you haven't seen that film, it's incredible. It's directed by John Woo, and it's based on one notable battle, the Battle of Chi Bi in this time period. And over here for my faction specialization, military government. Unique military inspector court positions, which we'll go over later, limits the availability of administrators, which again we'll go over later on. I've got two unique features, White Horse Raiders, which we spoke about, and over here, White Horse Fellows. These two are mounted archers and they will help me later on. I've got a military government, income from all sources, and public order. That'll be a little bit better for me. In the cacophony of rising chaos, Gongsun Zan is heard like a clarion call above the fray. He stands firm in his beliefs and is unafraid to do what he feels is right. A childhood friend of Liu Bei, Gongsun Zan earned a reputation as a fierce warrior defending the empire against foreign foes beyond the border. Gongsun Zan rules his lands with the same martial mindset with which he governs his forces on the dangerous fringes of the empire. Military precision in all things must be observed. And as you can see, it's a massive map. Later we'll take on a few other warlords, but that will come in time. You can choose two different game modes. We're choosing Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I'm a huge fan of all that can go on with a bunch of martial arts and people being able to dive into combat. Generals ride into battle as single powerful warriors. Over here, there's a lot of character versus character combat, and we'll see more about that later on. Let's go right in, enjoy the cinematic.
Embers rise, stark against the night. The tyrant Dong Zhuo wields the flames of destruction. Luoyang burns. Chaos ignites as the power of the eunuchs is crushed. In the pyre, the Han falters. Yet there are those who would still fight, still roar. Gongsun Zan holds against the tyrant, his own fire unrelenting. With a thundering of hooves, he rides to war.
And now we get to jump in. I love the animation style. Oh, more narration.
The great empire of the Han, stretching back ages beyond counting, is being devoured by corruption. The Yellow Turbans, thousands strong, began raising their banners in rebellion and seizing commanderies across the realm. In response, generals loyal to the Emperor rose up and put down the rebellion.
Let's go on now.
Luoyang lies in ruin, my lord. It is the work of the tyrant.
Dong Zhuo knows no mercy. He is cruel and barbaric.
He flees west with the young emperor. Control of the Han goes with him.
He must be hunted down. His devastation of China must be stopped.
However, there are other, closer issues to deal with. Liu Ye still poses a threat.
If he cannot summon the strength to govern his own lands, then I will seize them and do it myself.
The coalition is dying. It lacks unity and leadership. Something must be done.
Long have I defended China from enemies without. Now, I must turn my sights to the enemies within.
Your cavalry bray, Lord Gongsun Zan. It is time to direct their furious charge.
Normally, I do like to read all of the little flavor text in the game, but we only have so much time, so I don't want to do so right now. Claim Han Empire regions, and my other goal is to be wary of 2 other warlords. I can do that. And over here, we have 1 mission issued right now. I've got to go beat Zhao Qian. If I do so, I'll gain more military supplies and more morale. Let's go over some basic information before we head into battle. I feel like it's going to be rather important. So over here, you've got a bunch of information pertaining to your income, what season it is, food, and resources too. There's a season that will change over time. During the winter, your units or your armies will consume more supplies. And during the harvest season, if you have any buildings that pertain over to the peasantry, like let's say a farm, and you're making a bit of gold from that, a bit of money from that, you'll earn more money during harvest season. So that is very important. And for food right down here, that is really only important for your faction-wide balance. And whenever there's a positive or a negative, there will be a different consequence. During the harvest season, your income from the peasantry is increased, and during the winter, armies will consume more supplies, especially in colder climates. Then you have over here resources. Now these really have no impact on their own, but it will allow you to construct special buildings. And if you want to get those special buildings and special benefits, you've got to have resources, and you can get more via trade. Okay, over here we have a faction summary, which we'll go over in a bit. Here's your court, where you're able to assign characters to offices and manage your dynasty. For diplomacy, you can make treaties and agreements with a bunch of other factions. Reforms are your tech trees, a literal tech tree. Then over here you have a undercover network, which allows you to manage a network of spies and informants to gather information or to bother your enemies. Then over here, if you just want to kind of go over your past, you can do so right here. You can do a time lapse too. Let's go back. Here's your treasury, where you can see all of your financial information, what you'll make on the following turn, what you made on your last turn, what you're paying for, and all of that. Then finally, you have a faction council. Here you can see the mission set up by your council ministers and advisors all in one location. Okay, let's go over here to the noble screen, our faction summary screen, and you can see what rank we are. Currently, we're the rank of noble. That can go up over time. Whenever you do so, you get more benefits. Right now, we have 3 armies provided, and we only have 1 assignment slot. One day, our goal is to become emperor. We get many benefits. Other factions can do it too if they reach up here. So how do you win the game? Well, to win the game, you've got to become emperor. You've got to take out every other emperor's capital, and you've got to own, I believe, 95 commanderies. Now, what is a commandery? A commandery is just an administrative unit, kind of like a county or a parish. It's what was used during this time period. Now, on the right-hand side, you can see a bunch of information. It's a summary of all of your information all in one location. You can see how many armies you have. You can see what type of, let's see, income you have or treasury overall. Here's your population. We only have 1 commandery. You can see our overall faction benefits right now due to our rank and our supplies too. We've ruled for 0 years so far. There's our capital and a bunch of treaty information for allies, vassals, trade partners, and who we're fighting currently. All right, let's go somewhere else now. We have our court. The court is very important as well. You have people in power. These are the people who really command your faction. These are your leaders, and they have a big impact on your faction's bonuses too, which makes who you pick very important. Faction heirs have to be part of your family, so it's smart to pick out quality faction heirs to adopt. Here's my current child. And as you can see, if he defects, we can trigger a civil war. He's got a pretty high chance of evading capture after a battle. Yeah, I've got a 50% chance. You can see what type of benefits my leader provides to the entire faction. And down here are my family and generals. These are your court nobles. You have to make sure they're happy, and higher ranking ones will want better positions. And over here you have administrators. These guys govern your commanderies. They bring unique effects and can also increase the max number of armies you can field. They can well, anyway, that's like the big part. Anyway, they can be deployed as generals and lead armies elsewhere, but if they're not generals, they'll only field the garrison in their commandery. And over here, you have your family tree, where you're able to manage your family and talk to them and be like, hey, what's up? Well, maybe not talk to them unless you choose to, which would be weird, but hey, if you want to, right? But anyway, you're able to quickly see their general information. I could divorce my wife if I wanted to. I could make my wife my heir. So you can change things up if you choose to. Divorce. Can I divorce myself? I'm kidding. No, you divorce your spouse. All right, let's go look over here now. Here is a tree where we could see a bunch of information. We're connected to Zhao Yun, and he's friends with Liu Bei. You can see where I'm connected to. I'm also friends with Liu Bei as well. And it's a great way to get information. If you just want to like look up a specific character, you can sort things out by their stats, by their age, by their name, by faction, or by rank, or you can type it in over here. So let me go look for a character. There we go. I can type it in. And the entire time you're able to make out your own character's traits right over here, which are very important. You can see what they respect. So if there's another character that has a bunch of zeal or is decisive, then you'll like them. You'll admire or respect them. But let's go out of here real quick. So we have diplomacy. Now, diplomacy has changed in a very positive way. Here you have your basic diplomacy, where you're able to negotiate. You can do whatever you want. You can get a trade agreement. Now that is limited by your rank, so you can get more later on. Over here, let's go click on the Han Empire. We can see their strength and threat. Global rank 37. They're very weak in comparison to me, but their allied strength is much higher than mine, so I don't want to go fight them because their friends will beat me up. Let's see here, Han Empire, they're actually okay with Dongzhou right now. Anyway, more importantly is Quick Deal. Quick Deal changes up a lot. Let's say you want to have a peace treaty and you don't want to have to find one particular faction. You can click on it, then it'll let you know who will take that peace treaty. We're only fighting one faction right now, so there's only one faction to really look at. He says no. Non-aggression pact? Yes or maybe. Again, it saves a lot of time. If you want a trade agreement, you come over to Quick Deal and you do that. All right, Han, do I want to fight you? Maybe I don't want to fight you. We shall negotiate right now. We're going to sign our deal. And done. We did it. That's really what you need to know about diplomacy. Now to our literal tech trees. There are a variety of tech trees. Over here, we have philosophy and trade. We've got over here, let's see, it's more of that. Infrastructure and economy. And as these names might imply, they all pertain to what they're kind of labeling here. So military doctrines will pertain to your military, and we'll be able to get more with that later on. You've got to wait so many turns in order to unlock a new one, and you can see what you need before you can unlock another technology that you might want. We have agriculture reforms, which will help out with your supplies, your peasantry income, and all of that. So there's quite a bit for you to look at as far as technology and what you might want to pick up. It's very important stuff, and let's go ahead and get out of there real quick. All right, records, again, we've already looked at that. I believe we're now ready to go look at a few other things. Here's my missions right now. I only have one. You can even create a custom pin. So if you want to pin one location, add a little icon, give it a title, and even a description, you're able to do so. It's a great way if you want to remember certain things. I like that addition a lot. All right, let's get out of that real quick. And let's see over here are my characters. We can see who my generals are currently and who are my characters at court. You can even see how satisfied they are or why they might not be. So all that information is in one general location. And here are my armies. I have only one. We have 2 retinues inside of it. You can have up to 6 units within one retinue. And over here are my commanderies. I only own 1 right now. My public order is quite low. We have a hostile force nearby, but we can upgrade a few buildings. And finally, here are known factions. So that is a lot of the general information. We have gained some ancillaries. Now, here's something that's really cool, and I want to kind of go over that real quick. It's really about our characters. Whenever you change their armor, their mount, or their weapons, it'll change how they look in the actual battle. That blew my mind. I've been wanting that for years now. Over in Shogun 2 multiplayer, you had that for multiplayer, but now we have it in single player. So now we can customize our characters, which I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So let's see over here. I've got a pretty good weapon. I don't really want to change it. We've got over here other weapons that we're able to pick up if we want to. We can even sort it by quality. Here's my armor. I'm not going to change that up. Here's my mount right now. Not in use. And you can see there are different stats too. More cunning. More of a charge bonus as well. Okay. You know what? I'm going to take you right now. And over here is a devious attendant. He'll give me more cunning and authority. We'll go over our stats in just a little while. Here's my accessory. An area. More satisfaction, more authority, and more trade influence. All of it makes me much more powerful. Okay, you can see my skill tree over here. We've got a bunch of skills. We already have a few right now. We're currently level 3, and we've got different stats. You've got stats that will pertain to combat and to your campaign management as well. So if you want to make them a governor, if you want to make them proficient in combat, you've got different ways to kind of deal with that. So resolve is all about the character's endurance and the people too. High resolve helps them boost population growth as an administrator, and that's really good in counties that focus on peasantry income. So now that you know about that, you can also see here that it pertains to the general's health. For expertise, it'll make buildings cheaper if you administer a commandery. You also get more melee evasion. For cunning, you get more ammo for your retinue and more supplies. So if you use a bow, probably a good idea to have a leader with high cunning. Instinct is over here. You'll deal more melee damage, and units will be cheaper to recruit to your retinue. So if you're a melee character, you want more instinct. And over here is authority. People will be happier, they'll trust in you more, and you'll have more morale for your own retinue again. And as I said before, we can see our traits right over here and how good we are. Okay, let's go look at right now, Zhao Yun. I can't really give you a follower. Your weapon is pretty darn good, 24 melee attack rate. We could change it up completely though, if we wanted to. 265 melee damage, armor piercing. 321 for base, not as much armor piercing. I want to keep my armor piercing right now, though they probably don't have a lot of armor piercing, but that's okay. All right, so we have everything that we need right now. We're about to finally go into combat. I know that took a bit, but before we do so, let's come over here. I think I would like to build land development. That way we have more population growth. That way we can focus on peasantry income and all of that information over here. So let's do that. All right, I want to appoint my assignee. We can find out what they're good at. So he's very good at tax collection for income from the peasantry. And over here, exercise government authority, more public order. And over here, counteract corruption. So we can get rid of corruption. We're going to pick him. He's quite satisfied. He likes me a lot. We can choose one to assign him to. For now, I would like to get more public order. So we'll do that. There we go. Okay, and here's some information. You can see more information about your location, location effects, and all of that information too. As I said before, you can see a building browser, and you can even appoint one administrator. You can see what you're able to do with them. But right now, let's go into combat. It's time to go after Zhao Qian. All right, here's a bunch of information as well. We have 452 deployed. Predicted casualties, low. Deployed for them, 301. Their casualties predicted high. All right, we are superior. We can delegate if we want to auto-resolve. But I think it's time for me. What do they have? They've got Mounted Lantern Militia. They've got over here Archer Militia. So all militia. Let's go.
What madness consumes China? This fire must be stopped, lest we all burn. The people suffer as cities burn. It cannot continue. For years, I have defended China from numerous threats. It seems now I must take up arms to defend her again. Once more, for China.
Agreed. All right, let's go check out the game and how it looks right now. I've pressed K, which is a hotkey that allows you to go into a more cinematic mode. These units are beautiful. The entire map is beautiful, and there's finally banners again. We can see our two leaders, Gongsun Zan and Zhao Yun, right over here. All right. We have 4 units in one, only 2 in the other. I know that unit cards will be changed in the future. I can group up people differently if I choose to, but let's have all of them travel together. Let's see what we have over here. Guard, what do you have? You've got fleet-footed. Okay. You'll have more acceleration, more speed, more of a charge speed. Understood. And over here for you, Roar of the Beast. Their morale will go down by 18. That's really good. Alright. I think we're now ready to go into battle. One of them might want to duel.
Affect your general's performance in battle.
That is true.
May even give them the edge they need over their enemies.
You know what? We're gonna go duel very soon. Let's begin to move up right over here. Right now my formations are locked. You can use Control G to lock them or unlock them. Well, now they're locked. Okay, here we go. So we're getting ready to potentially go duel their leader. If I do that, I can easily go after their archers and maybe even their horsemen too. Their horsemen look pretty darn good. Okay, Axe Band, let's go. Zhao Yun, I feel like you're going to be the better choice for that duel. I feel like they're going to say yes. Look at that. Intention, kill, and wound. There we go. We're going into the single combat. Now, while we do that, I'm going to group up his men in a different group. And we're coming over here. We're about to go check it out. Don't worry about that. I'm going to come over here too. You two will be grouped up. Archers, I want you to attack maybe a few of their horsemen. And my infantry will move in too. So here we go. If you look at it right now, we're having a very easy time of it. The animations are incredible, and I've got to tell you, I remember going back to Shogun 2. I loved every bit of those amazing animations. I don't think I will get tired of it. It's just really cool. You can see that we're much better at dueling than they are. So while they're fighting, we're going to head into combat right now. Let's go over here. Archer Militia. Sure, we might lose a few, but we'll deal with it. G Infantry will head in. These two will head in as well, as will my leader. They can't really charge in alone and live easily. I mean, you've got to watch out if you want them to do that. They've got to become quite powerful for that role. Here we go. Charge in over here. All right, so we've nearly taken out their leader. Let's go watch it real quick. I'm going to go into slow motion because I've got to manage my men too. He's won. So as you can see here, he's done for. He's been tossed over like a fool. He's winded. Get out of here. He's shattered. Okay. Now we can head back into combat as I take out more of their units. Here's my leader. I'm going to get rid of more of their leadership. Oh, I didn't mean to pause. Here's the play. Yeah, there's the pause, forward, and fast forward. Right over here. If they didn't lose their leader, I have a feeling their life would have been a lot easier, but because they lost their leader, they're going to die and leave now. So you can see that we're already beginning to ride them down. I'm going back into slow motion real quick. You can see how these animations are just wonderful. They're just going right through, destroying them all. I've got more infantry coming my way. Now, where are you at, Zhao Yun? Zhao Yun is on foot. He's very quick, though. He's incredibly quick. You don't want that guy on foot. He'll catch you. So we can eliminate their entire army. Got a lot of bow horsemen, but they're still very good at what they do. Okay. We did it. The battle is over. I can chase after a few of them, but it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Not really, no. I'm going to send out a few of my horsemen to go chase after those who are fleeing. We want to make sure they're done for. And there they go. So here comes my units right now. It's a very minor battle. People aren't very well trained. There's going to be visual changes whenever we upgrade. Right now, we're really lightly armored. It so much reminds me of Red Cliff in the best way possible. I cannot wait to have bigger armies and to just pop right in. It shows you all of your information right down here. How many units, how many soldiers you have. So there's a lot of information that we didn't have before in Total War games that we now get. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Here's our map. We can zoom in. Here's our tactical map. We still have that. Okay. We can even dismount. I very much missed dismounting. Check out these battlefields, though. All right. Claim victory. If you want to have a rematch right away, you can. You can save a replay. I did not do so. And we had a decisive victory. You can see the time that it took. You can see what they have left. Only 24 men left. I have 434 left. They didn't make it. No, they did not.
Reason can be stronger than steel.
We gained a little bit of money. Not a lot of money, but a little bit of money. We did capture their general. You can see his traits too. No friends and rivals. His current retinue has been torn apart. Yeah, they can come back over time. Vigilant. Scholarly. Disciplinarian. Let's see. I am fonder of my head than I am loyal to this faction. Allow me to join you and I will serve you well. I could release him. I could employ him. You seem to be okay, but you're only level 1, so I don't know if I really want you, man. That's really cool, though, that you can capture them. I like that a lot. I'm going to go take... Oh, if I kill him, he's got nothing of value still. And you can see that the dialogue changes. It reminds me a lot of Romance of the Three Kingdoms with a bunch of, you know, situational dialogue like that. So I think what we're going to do here, he's got no friends and rivals. We're going to just release him.
Release the prisoners.
I captured many. I have military supplies, plus 8. I can get more replenishment if I want to have that as well. I mean, it would be okay, I suppose. Huh. I'm gonna take the income for now. Thank you. My supplies are at 60 out of 100. We beat him, so we gained those rewards. Alright, so now they want me to go take another location, an iron mine. I'll get support from the people, plus 5 to public order, and plus 25 to faction support. Not bad. Glorious victory. More experience for our leader.
As they fight side by side, your general's bonds will deepen as friends or rivals, affecting their satisfaction in your service. Be watchful of their relationships and their characteristics as they develop.
That is true. I won't be able to recruit anything until our following turn. I could go into battle now, but garrisons are pretty nasty. Garrisons can be quite hurtful, and I don't know if I want to go right in there to just fight them, where I could lose potentially a lot of soldiers. So I think I might wait for 1 or 2 more turns. Killed in battle. Not really dead. I let him go, but I get what you mean. Okay, it's time for me to end my turn now. Now, here's the really important part. How long will it take for us to end our turn? Let's watch real quick. I've been driven mad by the turn times, and I love how in here they're so very quick.
There are many
Guess what? A new turn.
to ruling, and a wise leader seeks.
That is true. Thank you for that. Okay, let's go look over here real quick. You can see that we have a government inspector that we'll one day be able to pick up for the local area. Most of my people are rather happy. I'm not going to exempt them from taxes. They have a lot of public order coming in thanks to my new administrator. Character developments, huh? People of merit. I see. Alright. Time for me to potentially head into battle again. It wouldn't be easy though, so actually before I do that, let's grab some more units.
Unit will report for duty immediately, but will continue to muster for some time before reaching full capacity.
Yeah, right now I would love to get more swordsmen. I feel like I need more infantry. Alright, there goes a lot of my units. Now they need time. I'm going to wait here for another turn. They have no true army. I'll have a larger army because of it. You can see the little animations when people come to gather at my banner. And we're about to go into combat again. Okay, I wanted to just get straight to a siege battle after recruiting more units. And right now we can starve them out or we can go straight into battle. We're going straight into battle right now. I can't fight a night battle yet. I'm going to have that as a skill unlocked.
So long as fortune shines down, we shall know glory. Do not waste time. It only delays your defeat.
I wanted to get straight into the siege battle, so here we have it right now. I recruited 2 new units, and we're about to go straight into battle. Let's go look at what we have over here. It's a smaller location. I'll pick up a lot of iron. And as you can see, there's actual accoutrements on the map that indicate to you that it's indeed an iron mine, which is really cool. That's a lot of flavor to add in. So depending on what you take, I'm going to assume that we have different maps for whatever you take. All right. Let's get ready now. How are we going to do it? We could attack 1 location at a time. I think I like that idea. If I attack too many, oh boy, we would lose too many. So here's my infantry. You 2 will advance first. Another 2 right behind you. My horsemen won't be able to do too much right now. That's more infantry. We're going to let our leaders join in. Zhao Yun, I think I want you on foot, my friend. You shall fight on foot with our soldiers. Very good. All of you will join into a group. Our leader will probably also fight on foot right now. They have halberds, and I do not like halberds too much. So you'll join on foot as well. We'll put you in group 1. My horsemen, they'll group up. My archers will group up on their own too. Well, my horse archers. Alright, Lance Cav. We're going to be right over here. And now we can go into battle. I can hold down Alt, select my units, and move on up. So look at what they have right now. Militia. Yeah, they all have halberds. I don't want to charge in like that. That'd be a bad idea.
Should a general fall, their retinue's morale will suffer.
That is very true. Thank you, lady. I appreciate that. So here we go. Going into the trees. Here comes my army. Later, the battles will grow in size and it will become more challenging. You can't just let your leaders go into battle on their own or they will fall apart. There are towers too. Towers can be nasty. Oh, it's a lot of horsemen for sure. I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to get ready to charge in at them. I'll have to. Those guys are very powerful. Meaning that I really got to watch out. Okay, horse archers, your range is really incredible. I'm going to go ahead and keep you in skirmish mode right now. I'm going to have you target their Lancer militia for the time being. We might lose a few, but that is okay. We'll keep on moving up. If we take a location, that's even better. They're not charging in yet. Let's fast forward a little bit until we get closer to the battle.
Our general needs our aid.
Does he? I think he's okay. We charge in right now. And over here with my leaders, I feel like we'll have a pretty good time at breaking them down. I'm going to keep 2 units right behind them for now. And 1 more behind them like that. I could hit multiple points, but I feel like in a battle like that, I don't really need to. I'm going into slow motion real quick to watch them just charge right into combat. Here they go. They're knocking down many. Here comes a few of their horsemen. So while they're fighting, I need to bring in my horsemen somewhere else. Over here. We'll hold down shift and issue chain commands. And now we have multiple commands issued. I'm going to push in a little bit more. We're just going to overwhelm them where we're able to. Let's do that right now. You can see my leaders fighting right in the middle. I'm going to use my Roar of the Beast and done. These two have many of them surrounded. Just like parry a freaking arrow. I feel like you did, but I'm not too sure. So far, so good. They've taken some damage, but that is all right as well. Now they're already running. So with my 2 leaders and my soldiers, we're already breaking them. We're going to take this location as well. Let's begin to move up now. Let's go over here. Push in. All of you push in right now. Okay, I've got some halberds. I'll have them go after the enemy horsemen. They've got a captain. I'm going to go charge in after their captain right now. We'll go beat him too. Doesn't really matter too much, does it? I've already taken them out. We're charging in. As you can see, all white horses, as I said before. Now they're in. And guess who's coming in from behind? Oh, peekaboo, it's me again. Yeah, they're heavily armored, these units over here, but it looks like we have it under control. I'll have you go over to the camp. Go capture that for me. My 2 leaders will move over here too. If we need to, we'll capture more locations. I've lost a lot of my horsemen. I've gotten a few kills, but they got into a direct charge, and that was pretty dirty. Oh wow, heavy halberd. And so because of that, they're actually doing a lot of damage. Alright, G soldiers, come over here. You 2 come over here as well. Right over here. In time, I'll become more proficient at commanding my soldiers. It does take time just because it's a new game, new types of balance and all of that. The poor horseman took a lot of damage, but here comes our leadership now. Alright, I'm gonna let them flee now. We're fleeing too, let's go. Those towers can kill a lot. That's why you still have to limit where you attack. Or those towers, man, they will get you. Alright, I want all of you to come over here now. Go over here. These 2 will take over. Right in this area. I just want to get rid of these towers. We quickly took them. Let's go after the other set of towers. Just to get rid of them too. And the battle's over. So there's my battle. That will end my little preview here for right now. Only because, again, I have so much time that I can show you. But I do hope that you enjoyed that. I do hope that you enjoyed a bit of a tutorial. That way all of you can kind of see what the game is like. We only fought 3 units. I mean, really, their towers are pretty tough. So you've got to watch out for those. But we did win. If you would like to see more later in the future, do not forget to leave a like, comment right down below.
Enemy's defenses have fallen.
And until we go, let's go and occupy. So we have won. We now have support from the people. Look forward to more Three Kingdoms content on my channel. And as always, until then.